Every time.
Hey, everybody. Guess what time of the week it is? That's right.
Yeah.
No,
It's this
keep
time.
guessing. Keep guessing. No.
Yes. Nope. No. What is it? You tell us. Speak up.
Louder! Oh my God. Yeah, you did it. You made it through another week of your life, and now you are listening to another episode of This is the Future.
Unfortunately.
Damn right. What's up, you sexy fucking she beast, he beast thing? What are you? You're so gorgeous.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, honey. Nothing. Nothing's up. Um, had a pretty good week though. A pretty good weekend. I bought a new car, so that's tight. Pretty tight.
Yeah, so this is kind of a continuation of the you were in an accident by an older gentleman
Yeah.
story. So now what are we driving?
Yeah. I had a Toyota Camry and some old dinosaur hit me. Totaled the car. I got the money back from his insurance, and I went and got a 2008 Nissan Altima.
Ooh, watch out now.
Yeah,
That
it's
coming
kind
to
of it's kind of cool. It looks kind of sporty, but also like grandma car like all at the same time.
right.
Like it's red, you know. It's like it's not bright fucking red, but it's like lipstick red, like deep, like dark, deep red, you know.
Right.
And and then it's got like cool guy rims on it with the thin little tires, you know. And then, but the brake lights remind me of. Well, the reason why I say it's grandma like is the brake lights remind me of, like you ever had like grandparents that had like the phones with the big numbers on it
Yes.
so they could see, who they're dialing,
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me because the brake lights on the back, each one's like this big. It's ginormous. So that's why it reminds me of a grandma car. Like,
It should be good for the old people who plan on slamming into you again.
yeah. See?
Right.
That's why.
I got bigger lights, Grandpa. What the fuck? You said dinosaur. You got hit by an old dinosaur. I know this is crazy, but it just would have been cooler if like you had gone up to the guy who was driving and he actually had like Hulk hands or dinosaur hands. You know what I mean? Like that he was driving with those hands and that's why he hit you.
That's
I
why.
just
Yeah.
thought that'd be cool. But with the car that you bought, I would say keep a lookout for a used condom and at least an 8 ball of Coke. Maybe together, maybe not, but definitely both are in that used car.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. You think so? Hell yeah.
I mean, I left some in a car like that, so
Really?
the chances are big. Yep.
Huh. Hmm. Well, maybe all that stuff will get used twice. Who knows? We'll see.
Oh man, that's no. Right after COVID, you say something like that. I expected more out of you.
I'll wash my hands before.
So in the beginning, we were teasing like false motivation. I have to tell you that last night I went to my first ever playoff game for any professional sport, and it
Oh,
was the Sixers game, and it was fucking nasty. We didn't win. We led by 25 points and lost by 3. So what drove me crazy the whole time, this is, post COVID. So a lot of the sporting events that you go to now don't perform in the on the court. The activities, the shit that they do between the innings, between the quarters, the halves,
half,
the
yeah.
shit, the t-shirt guns, it's all gone. Now they just have a state. Sorry, it sounds so sad. It's gone, Timmy. It's gone. But in any case,
Clean
they
up.
like that the Phillies game, they built a stage where the Fanatic stands their mascot and they do their shit, out there. And the
Yeah.
Sixers, they have a stage, and it really sucks. It's they even the people doing it know that they don't want to be doing that, but they
Right.
kept saying louder, 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 and it's like we're fucking losing, man. Like all you're gonna hear is the guy scoring all the points on the other team. We're gonna say he sucks, and we'll say dirty words, but you can't put that on TV. So
Right.
I don't dig that false motive. It's funny that we started with that because I don't dig that shit. It's like that just makes me want to like sit down, maybe pull out my Reese's Pieces, look at some shit on my phone. I don't stand up when when you tell me to cheer. I'm not going to cheer. In high school, I didn't cheer. I'm not going to cheer now. If they're winning and I'm happy, yay, but not a 3-2-1 cheer. It's like I spent a lot of money. I'm not going to say how much, but enough money for this ticket to where I shouldn't have to do anything for 2.5 hours except watch professional athletes do or not do what they do best. That's it.
Yeah.
But it does hurt to watch a team do really good and then shit the bed all in the same game. It's just like, ouch. You have hope, 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 and then the last minute, no hope. Fuck. And I don't even care about sports. I don't know how to watch them on my TV. I'm there, I'm watching, I really don't know how to get them. But I'm just like, because it's not something I want to do, because it's depressing. Like when you go to a concert, I'll stop this rant in just a second, but I was thinking of this earlier. When you go to a concert, you don't usually leave bummed out. Not usually. The odds are usually better that you're like, they did their job. But when you go to a concert or a game, there's a 50-50 chance, or worse, if you're one of the Philly teams, that they're not going to win.
Or worse.
Did you get that? Yeah. So it's like, wait a minute, man. I said that's my first and last playoff game for any sport. Not because they lost, but it's because they lost.
Not because they lost, but it's because they lost. So are they out of the playoffs?
No, that's the worst part. They still got more of this shit to go.
And by the way, we're talking about basketball, right?
Yeah. So there's 7 games in a series.
I don't mean to be I don't know them.
My bad. Yeah.
I only like sports that involve people hurting each other with their limbs,
So hockey.
Well, I like hockey. I'm not like a huge fan of it, but I like boxing and kickboxing and stuff like that,
Right. Yeah, that I would like to go to see a UFC match. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd see something but sport. Let's be honest. It's close. It's something to do. That's all it is.
Well, see, that's the thing is I've seen a couple Blazer games. Not a fan of basketball or necessarily the Blazers, but it is fun to see a live sporting. I saw the A's play in Oakland.
Cool.
And
yeah, it's fun.
It's just something to do. Like you're seeing people do things, and that's interesting. It's not like it's
right. But where I got off the bus immediately is directly after the game. I don't care. Like my cousin who I was with is a big Sixers fan, and he was just like, "Oh man, that loss," and he just kept letting out these fucks randomly as we're walking. He's like, "Fuck!" I'm like, "Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? So much energy for such a long day." I mean, we had smoked enough pot to kill the Grateful Dead yesterday, and he still has all this fucking steam at the end. He's just like, "Fuck!" I'm like, "What? We're not on the team. We're not down there getting yelled at right now. We're not millionaires fucking up. It's cool. We're poor people going home, gonna sit in traffic for an hour and a half. If you're cussing about that, I'm with you."
Right.
But I just don't care. And then today I was back with my cousin again because we bought a pot cartridge, but they changed the fucking, anyway, long story short, there's cartridges and pens. They're not all the same. So I had to go back for that fun shit. The guy even recognized me. He's like, "Weren't you in here yesterday?" I'm like, "I'm an addict." Just kidding. But it's just, today we're in the car and he's listening to people, grown ass men, talk about how bad the Sixers were.
Yeah.
And apparently it had been going on since the morning. It's the afternoon now. They're still talking about it. I'm like, God damn.
It's so funny. I think sports radio, people talking about it, it's so ridiculous. And I also think like when people are like they like their team wins or loses and they say, "Ah, we lost. It's this player's fault. We're paying them so much money." You
lose shit.
You spent too much money on overpriced beer and you got hot wing sauce on your shirt. You didn't do anything. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, you lost money. Like you actually lose money every time you go to a game. That's what happens. You do, like, fans don't ever gain any money. They don't win anything. And if the team wins, doesn't mean shit to the fan. I mean, it does. Like, yay, we won. But like, you didn't. Like, those
Right.
guys who were jacked up, like, yeah, I won. Like, they hit the ball and shit. They did win. Like, they won. We didn't do shit. And so that's why it's like to be a fan and to be that excited about it. It's just like, move. There's other shit to do.
Right.
If it affects you that much, I mean, I get it. Great. Yeah, they lost. Fuck them, whatever. I mean, I spent money and they lost. That's why I'm like, really? If you're
Yeah.
gonna lose from the beginning. Like be down by 10 in the beginning and then be down by 20 and then just keep losing. I'm like, all right, this is just a shit game. But don't be up by 25
Yeah.
and then say, fuck it. Like, come on. What the fuck is that all about?
I see that. I see that happening in basketball a lot. Like, I guess the Blazers are pretty known for that.
So are the Sixers. They break
Like,
away early in the
really
beginning and
good.
then they shit the
Yeah.
bed.
And I see that happen all the time. And I know people that like actually like sports. I work with people that actually like sports, and I hear them talking about it. And I'm like, and then I can't help but thinking when I hear them say that is like, is this shit rigged? Is there like,
There's money behind it.
yeah, I mean, because it just seems like you're up by so much, and then you just kind of go, hands off. Like, is that right? I mean, maybe. I don't know.
How
I've heard.
can you put up 40 points in the first 30 minutes of the game and then you can't put up 2 the next 20?
Right. I
I
mean,
don't know. I mean, hey, work on it. Keep practicing, I guess. I don't know,
but I mean, and also we're not athletes, so, and we don't
no.
play. We
No,
don't
no,
play.
no. And
So it's
I'm not
kind of
gonna
hard for us to, like, be like, you could do that, right? Like, so, but who knows? I don't know.
it's like my boss, it's like, why aren't you suck. Like, I know. You guys I'm still here. That's kind of how I look at it. Like some of the players on the team, like, oh man, they suck. Be like, well, they got to keep the shitheads around or I wouldn't have a job either. So it's nothing. There's nothing wrong with being in the middle. No one knows your name. You get a decent paycheck. Nobody bothers you. You
Yep.
do it just enough to keep your job. That's my motto. You don't
Mhm.
want to stick out because then they'll be like, we could use you for something. It's like, no,
Yeah.
just leave me here.
And if you stick out, then that means you always got to be good. If you mess up a little bit, they're like, beep, 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 and then like, so,
Right.
So, kids, story, the moral of this story is don't try. Try enough and then stop.
Yeah, figure out how good you are at something and then pull back about 40%.
Yeah.
That way your 100% is actually only 60%. But then when you do 100%, it blows their fucking mind
Yeah.
and you keep your job.
Yeah.
But you don't do that very often. Fuck that. No.
Be late, fake an injury, start a rumor about your boss, do something, and then, but then like when they're about to fire you or whatever, do something really good to blow their mind and then take a step back.
Yeah, don't ever fill in when they need you until they really need you and then fill in. That fucks them up. They don't know what to do. They're like, whoa, he never works overtime. He worked overtime. And then they write your name back on the list. You're like, all right.
Yeah. And then go back to being, a piece of shit.
Yeah, definitely don't be number one. Fuck that.
Don't even
Number
be in the top
7.
3. Yeah. But
What'd you say? What number did you say?
In the top 3. Don't even be in the top.
I said 7.
Yeah. Well, you see where we're at, right?
I ended up yes, well, at the end of the last show, I went through every episode that we did and I wrote down all the bands that we covered.
Yeah.
Which proved a point that you nor I had any fucking idea who we've listened to over the last year. I was like, we didn't listen to that either. All right, okay.
That's just proof that of the alcohol and weed intake is high, very high.
Yeah, that's cool. What to that point, my old man is 60 some years old. And I bring up things to him all the time that we've done together, which really is a short list, honestly. And he openly says to me, yeah, I don't remember that. And he does not smoke dope. Hasn't, not since I was, long fucking time ago. At least, let's say, how am I? Yeah, 40 years.
Right.
So my point is, I get hard on myself. Like, man, I don't remember everything. My world's in a haze. And I'm thinking, so's everybody else for
Yeah.
one reason or another. Like, sure, I may not be as interesting in 10 years, but whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't. You only remember what you need to remember.
Right.
Your
Yeah.
name, your phone number, where you live, and your significant other's name and where they live and their phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the end, brush your teeth. Then remember that because that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
But
matter.
I was going through all the episodes, and someone on there, I'm not sure who, wrote a comment. Could have been a long time ago, but it just said, "This show is very relatable," and that's it. I don't even think it had a period or an exclamation point. Like that was the sentence, and I thought to myself, sarcastic or not, that's good. Like I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, if they're being sarcastic, all right, that's fine, you know. But if they're being real, then it's like, yeah, I guess most people, this is it. Like, like, yeah, you know, and not a whole lot of fuck going on, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, and that's good. That's good that they would say that.
Thanks, man. I think it's awesome because that's how it works. If it's not relatable, next.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it is awesome. I mean, that's a normal compliment. That's what people say all the time. That's relatable. That's why they like it.
Right, but
So,
I don't know if they're being. I'm from here, so if the person's from this side of the country, then it was probably sarcastic. But if it was someone from the other side, then it was probably genuine. You
well,
know.
see, that's the thing about text. Reading something like you just got to take it for face value. They can mean go fuck yourself, and they can
Yeah.
also mean go fuck yourself. So who knows?
Please take it how you want. So what I'm getting at is we're getting some really nice compliments, and I appreciate it.
All right. Well, no. Compliment. We're getting really nice compliment.
Compliment. We're getting really good compliment.
We got a really good compliment.
Holy shit, this is fun.
Isn't it?
So what else happened to you, man? I don't want to. Yeah.
Well, how about you, man? You doing good? You had a good week though.
Um. I got yeah. I I'll tell you a story. I went. You're gonna this. Okay. Well, you already know what I did this week because I do it every week. Can we guess what Tony did in the last 7 days? What did he do?
Well, I mean, he went to a basketball game and probably went to ride roller coasters. More
My
than
man, you got it right. That's right. Wasn't my idea this time, but I still went. Um, went to. I don't know if you dig water parks, man. I don't. They're not my thing. And it's not because I don't like getting wet or get my hands ripped off when the tube hits the water or any of that shit. I don't like waiting an hour and a half with people in like sad, wet faces, freezing to death, droopy bathing suits, just to go down a tube for 30 seconds. But we
Yeah.
did it anyway. That's I don't dig that. I just want to throw that out there. So if you guys are doing a biography, Tony doesn't give a shit about water slides. But whilst at the amusement park, something interesting did happen. Um, now that everyone has a mask off, it's back to normal, which means where I went to the amusement park in Pennsylvania, ignorance runs rampant. So I'm standing there, seriously, believe it or not doing anything, just waiting on this ride about to get on. It's not a water slide, just a silly ass carnival ride. And I'm
Mhm.
standing there, and there's some kids behind me, and the ride's going, and just minding my own business. But right behind, like as if someone took my ear, put their mouth to the back of it, and yelled, "Giovanni!" And I was like, "Fuck!" Like it was like a 10-year-old kid with a fucking siren of a voice, and I was just like, "Shit!" Like I moved with the person I was with. I stepped around them, like to get away from that person, and then not even thinking about it. And I don't know why I did this, but I'm really glad I did. I just looked at the ride and said, "Pam! Pam!" Like that. And everyone, like everybody, even the people on the ride that was moving were like, and the kid was he was a stone statue. He had no fucking idea what to do. And
Uh-huh.
I stood there. I didn't know what to do. I was like, shit, I just yelled that out. I think I
Why
have a
did
problem. I don't know a Pam. There was no Pam on the ride. I just figured if this asshole's going to yell random names out into this ride, I'm going to do it too. You yelled in my ear, you asshole. So this is how I reacted. You can't tell a new kid, a 12, 13-year-old, you can't say, hey, be nice. You can't do that. That's fucking crazy. You'll get arrested. So you just do your thing, right? And it fucked him up. So then this other person standing over here, I caught half of what they said. They were like, blah, blah, blah. That was funny, something. But it was awkward because the kid was still nearby. So it was a tense situation. Right. And then I said, I just remember telling this other person, I was like, yeah, I don't know anybody named Pam. And he's like, yeah, we got that. And I was like, cool.
Well, that means other people got the joke. They understood. Right. They understood what was going on.
But the weird thing was, it wasn't until we got off of the ride, because the kid was still around. Like he could, everyone was really tense because this kid's like, what the fuck? He didn't speak the rest of the ride from what I know, like the rest of the line, the ride. When we got off, people were all secretly laughing, including the person I was with. She was fucking hysterical. And I'm just like, what? She's like, that shit you did. And I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck it came from. I think I'm going to have to go to a home later. I don't know. But right now, yeah, I'm yelling shit out randomly. And that's when I discovered I can be me without cussing. And I was like, this is good. I can do this. So now Pam is my new word. When people yell in my fucking ears, I'm just going to go, Pam! And just keep going. I don't know a Pam. Anywhere in my life, I don't know a Pam. But Pam exists now.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. That's one of the things that happened this week.
Giovanni. Is that a last name or a first name?
Exactly.
Is that even a name people have anymore, or just in gangster movies? Just in like Goodfella-like movies? Like,
the reality, I mean, it does exist, because this kid, I mean, unless this kid's starting the trend and I followed it, where you just yell out a random fucking name for fun, which I really don't think that was his mission. Then yeah, the person was there. If they were, I didn't see anyone respond like to him. It was just like, I don't know, maybe, invisible friend, maybe. I don't know, but there's definitely some Giovannis around here. First and last names.
I feel like I could see that being a first name, but if it is, that's a weird first name. Hey, Giovanni. Like, how about just...
Well, what about Gino? Isn't Gino short for Giovanni?
No fucking idea. I just thought Gino was maybe a cool way of abbreviating, like
gynecologist,
Gene or Eugene.
No.
I mean, it could be Gino. Like, come on.
No.
It's a cool way of saying it. Like,
no. Hey, Gene. Hey, Gino.
Yeah, you're just making it sound cool. That's all. And my name's Gene, and just spicing it up and putting an O at the end. You just put an O at the end, and it's like saying my name's Jim, or you could call me Jimmy. Yeah, and a Y at the end, and they can go Jimmy, and then you can say, instead of saying Gene, you just say Gino.
No.
Gino.
Hey, Gino.
No. He just had an O at the end.
No, because they're not naming gangsters Gene. That shit doesn't happen. So it's not, hey, Gino. It's short for something, not.
Well, when you're born, you're not a fucking gangster. Like, you're born into it. It's not like you're out of the womb and you're have a hat on. And you're like, get me a bottle, bitch. Like, I'm gonna stab you in the knife, stab me in the throat with my rattle. Like,
oh my god. It's like you bring a Tommy gun to the kid,
and then when you become a gangster, they name you. Then you go by Gino.
No way. If anyone watching this shit knows if it's Giovanni or whatever, if you know, throw it in the box. We want to find out what you think.
I mean, you're probably right. I'm just going on a tangent.
I think that was really fucking funny, but I just can't imagine a kid growing up in a New York or Philly, a rough neighborhood named Gene, unless his dad left him and that was his way of getting tough. Like a boy named Sue, a boy named Gene, a Gino. Like, you got to grow up to become a Gino. You get your ass kicked if your name's Gene. That's not happening.
Well, that's why you change it to Gino. It's so
you change it to Gino, or does the guy down at the deli call you Gino, and then it starts?
The first person to kick your ass changes to Gino, and then after that, it's Gino.
So you're saying, like, there's a tussle about to break out just because your name's Gene. Everybody's watching, and then the guy decks you because your name's Gene, and everyone goes, "Oh!" And then it's Gino. That's
Gino.
it for the rest of your life.
Or he kicks your ass and he goes, "If you don't want this to happen again, call yourself Gino."
Or Pam.
Pam. Pam. Pam. Pam.
Pow. I feel that in my kidneys. Is that good? Oh.
Yeah, that's normal. Don't get that checked out. You're fine.
Oh shit! Don't get that checked out. That's just like riding with someone who has the cousin I was talking about has his tire indicator light on, saying that he has low air in his tire, but he's had it for like 6 months, and I'm just like, dude, I'm like, is it good? He's like, yeah, it's fine. It's probably a sensor. I'm like, that word you used before, sensor, probably. That's what makes me nervous. You didn't get it checked out. We're going into the city. Fuck. You don't want to be that guy with an early like 2000 model car with a white t-shirt hanging out of it, and you're walking somewhere bare chested because you have a flat tire and no solution.
All you have to do is just put air in it.
I don't think he's into that.
Huh.
He's got a blow and go in his car. It'd be cool if you hit the blow and go and that put air in your tires as well.
Or you just like you get a cord on it, and you pull it out, and you.
Right, but here's a question: where does the air go for a blow and go? Can it go into the tires?
It could.
It should, if the alcohol levels are right. You don't want your tire to blow up or anything. But
yeah, you don't want to get your car drunk.
No, because then how you explain that to the cop? I'm sober. This thing's drunk. I'm driving.
Well, don't give me the DUI. Give the fucking car a DUI. Take the car to the fucking.
Gotta take your car to rehab. Now we're going off the rails.
All right. It's your car's fourth DUI. It's gonna be in jail. Sorry.
But you legally can't buy another one. You got to get this one straightened out because you can't sell it to someone else. Can't sell a car that already has 4 DUIs.
No.
That's illegal.
Oh man, speaking of selling cars, I bought my car from a used car lot. And,
not off of what is it, 82nd?
No.
Is that okay?
I went to one of them. I went to one on 82nd. All right. I think most of the people that listen and watch this show live in the east part of the country, over where you like near you. So, but if you've never been to Portland, you've never been to 82nd Street. It's kind of like the sketchier street. It's a really long street, and there's a lot of used car dealerships on 82nd, and they're all for the most part sketchy. And I went to a place called Tony's Auto World.
You found it.
Yeah. You share a name with Tony, and also couldn't find Tony, just Mike. I was like, Mike, what the fuck is Tony? This is his world. How come he's not in it? The fuck, Mike? You changed your name? Are you an imposter?
Tony's tied to a chair with tape in the back.
Yeah, where's Tony? Is he okay?
Don't worry about it. How can I help?
Hey, Giovanni, where's Tony at, huh?
That's great.
Hey, Gino.
Tony's not here. I'm Mike. Okay, Mike. So what happened? Sorry.
So I went to Gino's Auto World. Went there, and I just wanted to go because I wanted to see. I knew I wasn't going to buy a car from there, and I knew that all the cars were going to be fucking lemons. So I went there, and I did have a particular car that I did want to look at. I wanted to look at Ford Rangers, and they had one there. And there's a couple other people wandering around the lot, and one guy got into a Ford Ranger that I was looking at. And he was about to start it. I saw he had the key. So I kind of was just watching from afar in front of the truck. And to see what was going to happen when he turned on. Did it sound good or was it going to like blow up? So he started it up. First thing that happened, a big squeal, like, and then out the muffler, out the exhaust, just a big cloud of blue smoke, and it goes, boom! It made a noise, and it went, whoop, and it shot out, and underneath the other car that was parked next to, and then I saw his face go, ugh. He was like, ugh, and then he turned it off, and I was kind of looking at that truck. So thanks for starting it for me. Yeah, it's a piece of shit. I'm like, I so I just got back in the car and went to a different place. And then the next day I went to a lot near my house where I bought the car from. But two guys helped me. The second guy's the one that sold me the car. I drove 4 cars, including the car I bought from that lot. Because I learned one thing from my dad is treat car salesmen like they're not people. That's not, he never said it to me, but that's what I got from him. So you're I'm just kidding about, but really that's what I did. So
I'm just kidding. No, you're not.
No, so I just came on. I just walked onto the lot on purpose with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, just like, like I'm in control of what's going on. Don't try to sell me bullshit, and don't try to waste my time.
Right.
And so I drove a car. First car inside was torn up. The little visor thing wouldn't stay up, but it was a nice car. Trying to sell it for me for $7,000. I was like, nah. Next, drove another car. Brakes were squealing and grinding. Took it around the block, came back. Next, other car, didn't like it. I was like, do you have any good cars here, is what I said to him. And he just looked at me and he was like, I'll be right back. And he came back with another guy. He's like, he's gonna help you. Because basically he couldn't help me. I was being too hard on him. And this guy was, he's a younger guy, kind of like my age-ish probably, and nice guy. So showed me a couple of cars. I ended up test driving the car I bought. I ended up liking it. Didn't think I was gonna like this kind of car or the color or whatever. Ended up liking it. Bought it. Did the paperwork. Was about to leave, and the first guy that helped me, his desk was right next to the other guy's, and I was walked by his desk. So I was like, "Hey, thanks for helping me earlier. I know I was making you work." And he just looked at me and just said, "Yeah, you really did make me work. It was kind of hard." And I was like, "Man," I was like, no one does this to you?
Is this your first fucking day, Chief?
You fucking wuss? Like, what? You fucking pussy? Like,
nah, so, I would have been like, nah, it's not a problem. I had him do the work and I'm taking the commission. Have a good day.
Yeah. Basically what I'm trying to say is that guy is definitely named Gene.
Oh, man. We found him. No O on the end either. He hasn't earned the O yet.
Just a Gene.
He's still getting his ass kicked, apparently. That's a bummer, man. That's not for you. But for him, I had that happen to me years ago in Oregon. I went to a Subaru dealer and I worked with a salesperson. Didn't like the guy. Told him I didn't like him. I actually recognized him. I was like, "Hey, man, we go to the same gym." He's like, "I've never seen you in there before." I was like, "Well, this is going great." So we didn't become friends. I came back a month later, different car, different guy, different salesperson, younger person, was cool. We got it done, bought a car. And then they were talking and I was like, "Yeah, man, I hope you get a good commission." He's like, "Well, actually, I got to split it with that other guy." And I was like, and this was a big Subaru dealer in town. It wasn't, there's a lot of people in there. And I turned around and I was like, "You got to split your commission with that fucking asshole?" And everyone's like never heard language before. It's like, there's not a 3-year-old here buying a car. I can talk like this. You're supposed to, at least I think you are. And so he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Hey, no offense, but the reason I bought from this kid was because you suck. Like, I don't like you. That's it. You buy a person, not a car. I'm not buying you. I bought him. So he should get the commission. Not my job, not my business, but, So needless to say, I didn't make any friends. That one kid liked me. That was about it, so.
Right. Well, yeah, because you stood up for him kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, that's just my opinion, but I don't give a shit. That's why I never got into car sales. Like If you see me in car sales, that does mean I have started doing hard drugs. Like that's it. Tony's off the fucking. He's done, because that's it. Because people and what I do always say, "Oh, that sounds like something. Like that sounds like a deal from a car salesman." I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! I'm doing a whole different kind of fucking here. All right.
I'll never got a fucking.
I'm backed
Not
up by Big Red.
fucking.
All right.
Okay.
You want this dick. Trust me. I know you do. Not mine, but you want the dick I sell. So don't even start with me.
Yeah.
Now, how do you want your dick? Big, small, medium? What's up? But yeah, car salesman, no thanks.
Right. So yeah, there's another thing about this fucking guy, about Gene. He and his desk, you could tell he was like maybe the owner, but like definitely the main salesman. Like that's what he wanted to be seen as, at
That's
least.
what he wanted to be.
That's what he wanted to be seen as. Yeah, it's what he would. Is he had the biggest desk. Everyone just had like a desk that was just like 3 feet long or whatever. Like just like a desk, and he had a desk that like wrapped around him that was kind of like looked like a end of a cane, like a candy cane. So it was like, okay, this guy, this is the big swinging dick here. Gene's got the big dick. Everyone knows. He's got 3 computer monitors, 3 screens. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Gene's got the biggest swinging dick in here. Lead car salesman, lead dick. Talk to Gene. So I'm signing the paperwork for my car at the little dick
little dick.
The little dick desk. And it's no Gene's dick. It's no Gene's dick. It's a little dick.
Did the guy have to pull his arms off the desk for you to have room to sign?
Yeah.
Just like, move over.
All right, put your dick arms up.
It's a school desk.
He's got to lift it up to get a pen.
You got to work your way up to the big dick desk over there.
Yeah. He doesn't have any pens. He just has colored pencils.
Did you bring your own pen? Can't sign the paperwork.
And so I'm signing the paperwork, and I notice Gene is listening to like comedy. I hear laughter, and then I start listening a little bit closer, and it's a laugh track. It's not stand up, because that's what I thought at first. But it's a lot. You could tell it's a laugh track.
Right.
You can a laugh track when you hear one. And I start listening a little closer, and I start hearing the names Hyde, Kelso, Red.
Show?
And I'm like, is he listening to the audio of that 70s show? And I kind of look around. He's not looking at his phone. His phone is screened down on his big dick desk. His big dick computer monitors, all 3 of them, are turned off. They're blank. And he's just listening to the fucking audio of that 70s show.
Huh.
I look at like, small dick over here, and I'm like, is that guy listening to that 70s show? And he just gives me a look like all the time. He doesn't know why he's doing it. He's like, he does this fucking every day kind of look like.
Huh.
And I'm like, it's fucking weird, man. and another thing about Gene, one last thing. I don't want to, but one last thing. When I first got there, I noticed he had some food on his face, like a crumb of something. And it was there the whole time. It was there when I left. I saw it on his face, but he was kind of, I'd say he's about 5'2", and we probably weigh close to the same amount. And I weigh about 250, and I'm 5'11". We probably weigh almost, I might have like 10 or 20 pounds on him, but he's definitely 20 to 30 bills above 200. That's what he looks like. But he's got food on his face, right? Shorts, flip flops, nice day, whatever. You're used car salesman. You don't gotta fucking try. I get it. So your name's Gene. No one's expecting anything. got food on his face. And I noticed he gets some food from the Hawaiian place down the street. I've been there because I live in the neighborhood. And I could see it on the bag, what it says. And then he opens up and then he announces to the whole room, "Oh, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day." And then in my head, I go, "Bullshit, you got food on your face." I'm like, "You're just trying not to seem like a fat fuck while you eat in front of everybody that no one else is eating, but you are. You just don't want to seem fat." I know what that's like. I'm a fat guy. I get it. I know. But, sometimes you just got to dig in and root around in there and just eat the things you bought in front of everyone, I just called bullshit in my head on. I'm like, "You got food on your face. You've eaten today."
I hope it was food, man. It could have been permanent.
Nah, it was definitely food. Believe
Damn.
me, I know food on the face when I see one.
I bet you do, man. I always worked in, like, when I was working in the store doing sales and someone had a good deal, whatever, and they'd be like, they would want to buy you food. You know what I mean? Like, or something. Be like, "What are you into? Do you like coffee? Do you like donuts? What do you like?" And it would always be because we'd always stand at the counter together, all the sales reps, and they'd always offer it to the biggest guy, Yeah. And then and like once in a fucking blue moon, like the customer would be like, "Who's that little guy back there? He needs something too." I'm just like, "Yeah, get me one of them, fortune cookies or something. I'll be fine." But like, "You gotta have more than a fortune cookie." Like, "I'm kidding. Bring me a meal. You're gonna bring this big fucking Mack truck of a human being a fucking 3-course meal? Bring me 2 meals. Shit, man. What's wrong with people? You don't offer food to the big guy. You offer to the little guy. You can't tell a 300-pound person they look hungry. That's not nice. It's not accurate. But they always say it to the skinny fuck. Like, "You look hungry. You should eat something." But they never offer you anything.
You know why? Because they know you're not going to finish it. They know that fat fuck will.
There isn't anything I can say to that. Because you're absolutely right. I am Mr. Styrofoam container himself every fucking meal.
Doesn't look hungry. Doesn't look hungry. Probably not. Hasn't been hungry in years, honestly. I don't know when's the last time I was like, "Oh, I'm actually hungry." I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I haven't been hungry since I was a kid. I just eat, So, but I fucking finish it.
Yeah, I think we have a valid point. No one, yeah. If anyone, I always get a to-go plate. I believe in splitting my portions. I have like I said before, I have a small furnace. But I'm just saying, like, just I want to be offered more food. Don't offer big people food. Offer the little people food. That's all I'm saying. And I never have food on my face because I eat all my crumbs, all of them. Like, I save my crumbs for later, and they make a difference when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Crumbs matter. But anyway, speaking of shit that matters, it's about that time, and I picked the band, so we're talking about music now, people. Hey, I have the list of the first 52 bands that we've covered, and I will probably, when I get another wild hair up my ass, I'll post them somewhere. If you guys want to see them, I figured it'd be cool if once a year we did that so you could see all the stuff we've gone over, give you something to look at, ideas of shit to listen to that you might have missed. So look out for that. I'll let you know when I do it. But anyway, this week we decided to tackle one hell of a band, AC/DC, and the album is Back in Black. Actually listened to it, honestly, maybe 20 or 30 times. How about you, man? Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a album I definitely have heard. And AC/DC is a band that I like, but it's not a band that I occasionally listen to, but I do like, and I have a few of their records on vinyl. And yeah, this album's great. I want to say my favorite song is "Drinks on Me." I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. Here's the cover because I'm gonna look at it anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, cool
Nice,
effect there.
shiny.
Yeah. Anyway, let me wait. What did you say? You said have a drink on. Yeah.
Yeah.
They write like they just made like I don't know how many rock anthems.
I know, right? They had a lot of them. A lot.
Like if you're at if you're at a ball game or some shit, and they just start playing it, people are just gonna pretty much be able to chime in and sing along.
Oh,
There's enough
absolutely.
people that can do that.
They have so many hits and like yeah, so many anthems, like you said. And yeah, my favorite one on this record is definitely "Have a Drink on Me." But it's all good. They're all bangers.
Yes.
They're
Great.
all noticeably ACDC songs. Like everyone knows. Pretty
Right.
much everyone knows every ACDC song. I would think just because they're so recognizable. Like no, that one that guy. You know, you hear that voice and you're like Goblin or the singer of ACDC. Take your pick, one of the two.
And what's crazy, just as in general about ACDC, I did some research before the show. Honestly, I didn't know all this, but Bon Scott was the original lead singer, and then he died basically of alcohol poisoning,
Yeah.
pretty much. But for me, up to this point, I never really was able to. I didn't realize there were two lead singers. I couldn't differentiate. I just thought it was early ACDC versus later ACDC.
They sound very similar. They sound very similar.
Right, and it's Brian Johnson, right? That's the lead singer now. I took a few notes, not that anybody, but in any case, the man's name is Brian Johnson. He's been the lead singer since the 1980, since this album came out. This
Yeah.
was the Brian Johnson, the longer termed lead singer of the band, and still is, I believe.
No, yeah, he's definitely still the
Right.
same.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, this Back in Black was his first album as the
Mhm.
lead singer. He was actually the fucking roadie slash van driver for the band up until that point. So anything can happen, kids. Just keep hanging out. But yeah, the sound is fucking awesome. And then I was watching some of Angus, like I just pulled up footage, like old shit from the 70s. They stopped recording in the 80s for like 20 or 30 years. They didn't do any video. There's like
Oh,
apparently there's a whole lot of footage of him for quite a while. But in any case, Angus Young, man, this is an entertaining motherfucker to watch. Like, play the shit out of a guitar. And the schoolboy thing actually came from the idea was from his sister. He had played
really?
around with like 4 or 5 other costume ideas. Like one was like a play on a superhero, but with I don't know, just weird shit. But he ended up because I saw him wearing a leather backpack in one of the videos. I'm like, why has everyone else got their shirt off and he's wearing a little leather backpack and he's
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
looked into that, and it's all his schoolboy thing. Like he plays a school, that's his thing. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like some people have to get into character to do their job, and he has to like physically wear certain clothes to do it. Awesome fucking. I can't believe I haven't seen him. Not a band that I go. I'll be honest with you. They're a band if they come on, I'm like, yeah, but
That's how
not.
I that's how
And I do. I have these. I'm gonna have a few more records on vinyl from them. I love the movie, not from this album either, but I love the movie Maximum Overdrive. Stephen King used AC/DC for all the music.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and that one. So in any case, that's how I got into him, was watching that fucking movie with that silly ass truck or whatever that was possessed. Anyway, knows what the fuck I'm talking about. In any case, these guys are just fucking rock and roll. And that's what they like. I was reading about it, and
Yeah.
they said they've been called hardcore, they've been called blues and jazz, and it's like, no, we're rock and roll. And people get it mixed up. This is to me rock. This is one of the definitions of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Kicks ass, guitar solos, killer drums, and you can understand almost every lyric, even though they hail from Australia. So they have the accent.
Well, is the current singer from Australia? I thought he was from elsewhere.
So, as a matter of fact, he's actually from Scotland, where the two brothers who originally started the band came from. They were from Scotland as well, but then they grew up in Australia. The lead singer Johnson, is actually from Scotland.
Okay. It's kind
In
of
any case, yeah, you're right.
I thought he might have been British, but yeah, fucking right
That's
there.
I could still be wrong. It's fucking Google, so whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, my favorite cool story about this. So the album AC/DC, like, there's either a ton to say about them or not much, because they kick ass, they rock, they do their job.
Yeah.
Obviously they fucking party. I was really trying to find some stories on them, but didn't find anything. But I'm sure there's some good shit out there. However, I read some lyrics. There is a song that I've always loved by AC/DC. I don't know if this ever happened to anybody else, but like I heard this song 30 years ago and didn't know who sang it, assumed it was AC/DC, and I just loved the sound. I don't know where I was when I heard it. Couldn't find it because I wasn't sure it was even AC/DC or what it was called. But the
Right.
song is actually called, because it's on here, What Do You Do for Money, Honey? That's the
Okay.
name of the song.
Give me a song. Okay.
Love that fucking song. I don't know what. I'll tell you why I think I like it, but I mean, it'd be kind of weird. I think it's because I like it because I think she's a hooker. I'm not, I don't know what that's why I like it. Or, I don't know. I don't know why I like it, but it's just the lines like, honey, what do you do for money, honey? What do you get where do you get your kicks? Like, I just
Right.
fucking, I don't know, just some bad bitch wearing high heels out fucking men over, taking their hearts and throwing them in the drain, taking their wallets and buying cool shit. Fuck everybody. Like, that's what I hear. Whatever she's doing it for the money. That's what
Right.
the song's all about. She's doing it for the money. And I don't know why that always fired me up. Maybe I just like a working girl. I don't know. It just, I get it. Like, I don't
I
know.
you do.
I do
Uh,
like a working girl. No free rides. But I heard this, so this is a song that I could never identify. So one night I'm at a Slayer show and it got rained out for 3 hours. So we're soggy and finally the show's happening and they're the Slayer's getting ready to come on stage. It's dark out. We're all standing there and trying to smoke a joint in the rain, like this. And all of a sudden that song comes on, like right before Slayer comes on, like that's their intro music. What do you do for money? And I'm like, fuck, this is it. This is the song I'm trying to find. Who is this? So I turn around to the guy behind me at a Slayer concert. And I'm like, God, I love this fucking song. Who is this? And the guy's like, AC/DC. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And this guy goes, AC/DC sucks. I'm like, it's like fucking Slayer. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like they picked this as their intro music. Like,
right.
and like, it was just really, my friend was with me and we still talk about that because the guy was like really adamant, like say it again and you're going to lose all your teeth. I'm just like, Jesus, fuck.
That's the thing about Slayer, like true Slayer fans. It's like no other band exists besides Slayer. It's like, dude, they obviously, I mean, someone that works for them, at least the sound guy, likes AC/DC, and he's got enough balls to play. What are they gonna do? Like put on Slayer before Slayer comes on? Like,
yes.
like there's
They're
gotta be
playing
other.
it, dude. They're
You want to
playing
stay here in silence? What do you want to do? Start humming "Raining Blood" until they play. I don't know. Go fuck off, right?
Yeah, that's this place bums me out. Like when that happened, I was like, I want to move. Like these people suck. Like why did that happen to me? Because then other people were like, yeah, AC/DC sucks. Like it all turned into a thing. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? I didn't pick the music. What the hell? I just like this shit. It's awesome. They're talking about a chick fucking dudes over. Why isn't that awesome to anybody else but me? Like, okay, fuck it. I'm weird. Whatever. Sorry. I like rock and roll. Yeah, Slayer people scare me. It's like, do you just listen to Slayer? Because that can't be healthy. It just can't be.
It's probably true though.
Fuck, I think you're right.
I love this. It's a good album for sure.
Hell yeah, it is.
I like listening to it. It's just got a lot of like, what I call kick you right in the dick riffs. Just a lot of riffs that are just like, like fucking kicking the door down and then kicking you square in the tip of the dick, just fucking like it's got a lot of like, and that's what AC/DC I think is known for, is just being loud and like they're just like the quintessential rock band. Like that's their rock and roll. That's what they are. Nothing more, nothing less. They're just rocking your dick off your body.
Right. I mean, they don't really have a slow song.
No, I don't think so.
That's the cool thing about it. Like it's rock and roll every song. Like even Zeppelin has some slower songs. These guys don't.
Right.
It's just all the same, like you said, just almost the same intensity coming from a different angle, just shoving it down your damn throat. And it's really good. I mean, it's good for anybody. I mean, there's not cussing or anything. It's clean as shit. Like the lyrics are suggestive as hell, which is awesome. Be like the other one, like talking about loving or whatever. Let me put my love into you, babe. Just change the word love in any song to fuck or dick, and you got it covered. Like,
That's
I
true.
mean, the 60s, the 70s, it's like, let me give you your loving, 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 fucking, fucking, fucking. Just change the word love to fuck,
Yeah.
or that's it. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of like really like
Yeah.
kinky
I
type
mean,
shit in there.
she told me to come, but I was already there.
Yes. Dude, and that they play that, they're playing that on the radio right now for the
Oh
drive
yeah.
home.
Oh
Like, she told me to come, but I was already there. Fuck
yeah.
yeah. I get that.
You get that? Yeah. Yeah. I've been done for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just singing about partying or about the music that they play or women or all three at the same time. Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's why I said like it's not, you know, I feel like you could grab any AC/DC record and get what pretty much what you want out of it. You know what I mean? Like it's all just it's yeah, it kicks ass. I don't know. This is a great album. I'm happy to own it. And I heard that song on there about hooking or whatever. That's what I'm gonna say it's about. Um,
Sure.
so yeah, that's what it's about now. But I'm very, very, very excited about that. So now I don't have to have some asshole kid telling me it sucks. I can just play it, which is great. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was fucking that was fun, man. I
Yeah.
listened to it all week. Pissed the neighbors off. It was great.
Hell yeah. Thanks for suggesting it. It's awesome.
Absolutely, man. Do you have any
Yeah. I think we're about there. I was about to say. My pick. All right. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on you this time. A little bit
okay.
heavier. All right. You got to listen to it outside of the gym. Outside of the gym, you got to listen to it.
Okay.
All right.
Making rules.
There's rules to this. Handshake.
Wait, the screen's backwards. Here we go. Just in case.
All right. So the band is called Strapping Young Lad,
Okay.
and the name of the album is Alien.
Strapping young lad,
Mhm.
alien.
We did we a while ago I picked a guy named Devin Townsend. Devin
Yes.
Townsend.
Yeah.
He's the singer of this band, and this
Okay.
band broke up, I don't know, at least 15 years ago, maybe more. So but yeah, he's the singer of this band, so you'll get to hear yeah, you'll get it.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. I'm looking
So
for.
yeah,
I promise to. I promise to listen to it outside of the gym. I don't know why that matters, but I'll
it
do
doesn't
it.
matter. It matters.
All right, so
100%.
that's what we're gonna. We'll have to talk about that on the next show. Not now. I want to find. Yeah, you need to tell me why it matters next show.
Uh,
Because I do a
okay.
lot of dope in the house, man. If it's not dope music, it's gonna happen at the gym. But I'll try.
No, man, it's you just give it one solid listen to, either with headphones on or just sitting and listening to it. I mean, you like Slayer. I'm just saying.
No, no, I'm in. I'm totally fucking in. No, seriously, not a problem. But yeah, I will listen to it, and then we're gonna talk about why I can't listen.
You can listen to it at the gym. You can listen to it
I
at the gym.
will. Yeah, I've listened to it more than once.
Just give it another listen when you're just open-minded and you're just hanging out, not
Deal.
doing.
All
Cool.
right, you got it, man. Well, hey, it's been a fun show. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for watching. As I mentioned, we've been doing this just over a year now, and we're having fun. Hope you guys are too that are watching it. So we appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe, Instagram, Titfoo69. You know, we're here on YouTube. Think
Yeah,
somebody you know would like it, fucking send them a link. Pick a show, send them a link. We appreciate it. Either
absolutely.
way, got anything else for him, Alex?
Comment and always drop us a line about an album you want us to review. Tell us what you think about the previous albums that we did or someone else picked. Just interact if you want. And if we don't get to the album that you suggested, we will. Sometimes we just gotta go through and read the comments and all that shit. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
That's right. Bye.
Bye.
Stop.